Hi, I'm here at the ICC in Birmingham and we're here for the Electric Revolution Skills Hub first annual conference and also the launch of the ERS Hub itself. We look forward to a great day with some great speakers and we'll be keeping you up to date throughout the 2 days.
It's a moment in time, this. So my name's Ed James. I'm a presenter on Heart.
And that's why there's so many of them. For example, the ExoMars rover was the rover with more actuators than we ever had before.
I'm here with Florbella Costa from Parvalux, part of Maxon Group, and I've just seen you on stage do absolutely amazing talk about all the Mars projects, the rovers, Ingenuity helicopter, and all the motors that Maxon have been involved with in getting that running on such a crazy environment to actually put any motors on in the first place. Did you enjoy that?
Yes, I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you.
And it was a great reception from the room. I was going to ask you, without electrification, how would we even go beyond into the stars and onto other planets?
Yeah, it would not be possible. So that's a very valid point. So having this drive mechanism, the electrical drive mechanism, which makes that possible. So any motion that happens here on Earth or on Mars or in space in general needs electrical motors to make it happen. Yeah.
So obviously there's a lot of people in the room. Some are into electrification right now, some aren't. Some are just obviously starting their journey or thinking about starting the journey. What would your advice be to those people who probably not necessarily don't know where to start, but need some inspiration? What would the inspiration be to move into electrification?
So I think we all agree that electrification is the future, and if we look, for example, at Maxon and Parvalux, we have those amazing missions of Mars, and what we do is we use those missions to drive technology, so we really push our technology forward with those missions in mind. But then what happens is, once we have that technology developed, we use that for all other industries that Maxon works, so like industrial and medical and so on, they can profit from this new technology that we have developed for Mars, and that's really the future. So if companies can see that the technology is there, and if it's not there, it's only one step away, we just need to drive into that direction, and once we are there, then everyone will profit from it.
So what's happening today on Mars will be happening tomorrow on Earth,
Exactly.
hopefully.
Yeah.
How some of the opportunities that were really important to me didn't look like opportunities.
I'm here with Charlie Martin, Britain's first professional transgender racing driver, and Charlie's just come off stage at the ERS Hub conference. Did you enjoy that, Charlie?
I did, thank you. Yeah, it was a fantastic experience.
Yeah.
Like a real privilege to be here today, and I think just to be here for the launch of something that's so important and bringing so many people together for a great cause. It's just good energy in the room. It's always nice to talk when it feels like that.
Well, it's good energy because you gave them good energy, and what a great inspirational talk that Charlie gave us. Now, something you didn't mention in there was Formula E, which you've actually raced in, haven't you? So being a self-confessed petrol head, how did you find Formula E, the transition?
So in Formula E, I mean, I raced during lockdown in the Race at Home Challenge, which was an amazing esports series that Formula E set up. It was incredible. You know, I raced against some of the highest level esports racers on the planet, which was really tough competition because the people that do that at that level, they're so fast, and some of them are actually faster than the professional drivers racing in Formula E.
Wow.
So it just gives you an idea of the level of competition. But just to experience the Formula E car, even in a virtual world, was like really unique experience. You know,
different to combustion.
Yeah,
very different. Or...
You know, you're not hearing the sound of the engine, so you hear all these other sounds. You hear the suspension clonking and things like that. The hardest thing I found as well is because of the nature of the courses on Formula E, they're all street courses.
Yes, they are.
They're all very tight courses with like a lot of like 180-degree corners, and with the car having so much torque available from like, well, instantly, trying to get the balance between not drifting the car.
You take one piece of that supply chain away and you have to re-qualify the whole of the supply chain.
I know I'm a bit of a Formula One freak, so I know Lotus from old.
Yes.
In the traditional combustion engines in Formula One. How has life changed at Lotus with electrification in place now?
Oh, it's a completely different beast. It's a really exciting place to be at the moment. There's a massive transition at the moment. We've just released a Mira, which is our final ICE car, which is bringing a tear to the eye of everyone, really, to some degree. But also, we've got a hunger for the future, and electrification is absolutely the way there. It allows you to bring some extra power, but also add lightness.
Juliet, fantastic for me so far. What did you think of the keynote speakers, both of them?
I think that was really inspiring to see such successful women in the field, and see the challenges they've faced, and also how they grew out of it. I think that's a really good feelings to take with me home, even if it was not really what I was here for. But so it's some bonus, extra benefits being here today. Yes.
So what do you do then? What's your role in work life?
So I'm associate professor in electric machines. I moved to the UK back in 2016 to help with electrification of vehicles. So my everyday job is to support both UK industry developing new electric machines, and then educating the engineers of today and tomorrow.
Did you learn in electrification, or did you come from a mechanical background?
Oh, so I've got a really special trip, because I was meant to be a mechanical engineer, and then I was a chicken, so I just didn't feel like I would like to have a bit few women colleagues. So I swapped from mechanical to electrical engineers just before taking my bachelor degree. And then I dedicated myself as a teacher as well. So I've got sort of a bit of two hats, both mechanical and electrical put on top. And that's what is helping me today a lot, because we are looking not only at designing the electric machines, but we need to manufacture them.
Of course,
and we want to manufacture them in the UK. So you need to work multidisciplinary.
I know you guys in recruitment, but Michael Page is a lot more than that, isn't it? It's can you tell me what sort of things you get involved with consultancy of, the top clients you look after in the engineering sector?
Yeah, certainly. I think it's massively changed. I think a number of years ago, we were probably seen as a transactional recruitment business. Clients had vacancies, candidates needed to work, jobs, and we put the two together. I think what now we see a lot more of is partnerships, and customers coming to us for advice, for insight, to understand what the market looks like and where the market's heading. Support on DE&I projects, support on early talent, and going into businesses really and advising them on their recruitment processes, how they attract people, how they retain people, how they develop people, and so it's gone a lot much further from being transactional recruitment all the way through now to real partnerships.
And a lot of benchmarking exercises. What about salaries?
Absolutely.
Do people come and say, how much is so-and-so paying?
Absolutely.
What's the industry rate?
I suppose people, to a certain extent, only know what's going on within their business. And that's why events like today and the hub and the community is so important, because actually we can be quite insular.
Yes.
And companies a lot of the time want to know what are other people doing that's working well, what are other companies doing that perhaps hasn't worked so well. But absolutely, I think not just salaries, but flexible working, benefits, there's a lot of things now that are available to employees that weren't available 5-10 years ago. And the pandemic's probably accelerated that massively.
That volume of young people, you will probably need to have about 20,000 applicants, so you can whittle it down and ensure that you're getting the best candidates.
Providing really a sort of trade organisation for the microelectronics industry, and also a place where you can get learning.